Morning, fellas. What's up? Your boy Darkel's up and early, boy. The early bird, get that working, man. And got delivered at this Publix over here in Orlando, distribution Publix, and I've had bad experiences with that Publix. If you guys have been there before, let me know in the comments, man. That Publix right there, usually be there for hours, man. You know what I'm saying? So appointment's at 6 a.m. Right now it's about 4:40 right now in the morning. I'm heading to a yard. I'm trying to get to a yard by 5. And just gonna get in the truck and ride. I ain't even gonna open the hood or look or nothing, because I could tell you guys right now that today is a bad report. Man. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I really hope that some of you guys out there are not going through the shit that I'm going through with this classic, man. I mean, actually, I'm not gonna say the classic. I'm gonna just say with this 12.7. This old school 10.7. So you know, you guys know in my last video I did that bushing kit job. Everything looked like a success. I went out, I was checking the bolts while I was out there. Everything was good. Everything was running good. Driving back home, everything was good, man. Everything's feeling good, man. I got to yard and I actually got out of my car. I'm like, let me open the hood just to look. I should have just gone home and spent Saturday and Sunday in my house without thinking about it. As soon as I opened the hood, that same bolt broke again. Back to the boat, man. But see, the thing is, I ain't gonna be the boatman no more. I'm done with that. I know the bushing kit did its job. So the bushing, you know, the gear case covers being waddled out, that had a lot to do with it, because if you guys know, I said that I had put that pegatanque on, then I would know if the bracket moves, because it will crack. That shit's not cracked. It wasn't cracked, but the little head of the bolt was gone. Now the way the bolt snapped this time, when it snaps in this way, you know, it won't fall out because it snaps from the front, not the back. So when it snaps from the back, it flies out the front with vibration. But when it snaps from the front, it can't fly out because it's still got the nut in the back. And then there's no pressure, so it just stays in the kind of like jammed. And actually, I can run like that and nothing will happen. I just, you know, the last time it was snapped like this, I rode it like that for like 2 weeks before I actually changed the bolt. But the situation here is that I've been doing a lot of asking around about these 12.7. There's a guy that parks in the yard, an old school Cuban dude. He said he knows somebody that had a similar issue that I was having. And his problem was the actual bracket itself. The actual bracket itself that mounts onto the engine. I guess when you get the wallowed out gear case cover, the vibration, it hammers around the edge of the hole of the bracket, and it freaking gives it a real sharp edge. Now I didn't check for that. I didn't think about that, but it does kind of make sense. If you got a real sharp edge pressed against a bolt, you know what I'm saying, with any kind of vibration or pressure, can cause it to snap easier. But I just don't get it though, man. These are 7/16 grade A bolts, and this shit is just snapping them like they were. I mean, that's some serious force. But unfortunately, man, I got a report, man, that it snapped the bolts again. Well, the one bolt, that same bolt. That's what I don't get. It snapped that same bolt, and I was wondering, did the gear case cover probably crack in the bottom? Did something come loose? But no. I mean, the bolt's still there, snap, but it does not move. That bracket is tight. It's like something is snapping the bolts on the top bolts. So this guy's telling me to just get that bracket, the AC compressor bracket. That'll solve my problem. But I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. I'm so fucking done with the bolts, all this bullshit. And I know that the gear case cover, I did that bushing kit, which basically restored it. But I'm at a point right now that I'm about to weld that motherfucking bracket on the fucking gear case cover. I don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. I just don't. I'm there. I don't care. The purpose of the bolts is to mount the bracket to the motor, to the gear case covers, to mount it to the motor, right? Okay, that's the purpose of the bolts. So your boy Darkel figured, if I weld the motherfucker to the motherfucking gear case covers, then the bolts become irrelevant. It shit becomes one with the motor. Now, I'm still gonna change the broken bolt, But before I go change the broken bolt, my plan today, my mission today was, my plan was to just leave today, go to work. We're going to be riding with my cousin Jay this week. His truck's, he got a Volvo, and that shit's going to the shop for, he's got issues. So my plan was to leave today regardless. But I'm just going to leave a little later than I thought. I wasn't planning getting a load out of Florida and working a long full week. Because, you know, your boy Darkel, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, I'm going on another little getaway. So I'm going to try to make that paper this week. I made good paper last week. So the issue here is that I'm going to call a Freightliner dealer and find out how much that bracket costs. If that bracket's only like freaking, like, if it's like under, or if it's like $100 or under $100, I'll probably just go buy it. But I'm going to tell you guys the truth. Me, honestly, right now, I feel like just welding that motherfucking bracket on. I think that once I get empty here at this public distribution center, I think I'm going to just drive right down the street to Geronimo, which is my welder, and I'm going to have him weld that motherfucking bracket to the gearbox cover. Now, I don't know if there's going to be an issue to weld that. I don't see why. Those gear case covers, that shit is steel. And the bracket is fucking steel as well. It's not like none of that shit. It's not like that shit ain't steel. Both those parts are steel. So I don't see why I wouldn't be able to weld it on there. And I'm figuring if I weld that motherfucker on there, that shit shouldn't, you know, it shouldn't move. And as long as that bracket don't move, then we're golden, because the only problem I'm having with the bolts breaking is that if the bolts break, then it has wobble, it has play, belt can fall off, problems. AC goes, alternator stops working, voltage drops. So I'm figuring about weld the bracket to the block, that's it. You know, I weld it to the gear case covers, and guess what? Fuck it. If I ever gotta change that bracket, well, then I'll have to change the gear case covers, man. I don't know. I don't got time to waste another week home without working. I'm gonna call Freightliner dealer and see. There's 3 Freightliners in my area: Apopka, the Orlando South, and Polk County that I can get to. If one of those got the motherfucking bracket, like I said, for $100 or less, I'll buy it. I'll try it out. If it breaks on the bolt, then I'll weld it. But if they tell me, oh, you gotta order it, listen, I'm gonna go get that motherfucker welded. And honestly, I'm thinking I should just weld it. If I weld the bracket to the gear case cover, then the bolts become irrelevant. I'm figuring that if I weld the bracket to the gear case cover, and then I put a bolt through there, well, it should be fine. Because the truck is running so good. Guys, this truck is running like a dream. I mean, it is running so good. It's purring like a kitty, man. It's running. Man, I just did some heavy load on those mountains of Tennessee, you know, on West 26. You know, those mountains, those are some mean-ass mountains. I was up there in Greenville, Tennessee, and those are some mean, ugly, nasty little 26 mountains out there, I-26 West. And I was up there with that, you know, popping the engine brake. I'm wondering if the engine brake is just probably causing the bolts to break, the vibration that the engine does when it does that. But it is what it is. You got to use it sometimes. I'm not a big engine brake popper, man, but when I need it, I need it. So I'm just going to go and get the shit welded and see how that goes, because I'm so done. I'm traumatized. It's like I can't open that hood, and it's like I'm stuck on that spot, man. Bolts always breaking, man. So we're gonna see what happens, man. But yeah, unfortunately, man, the bushing kit was a success, but it's still breaking the bolts. Now I got people telling me that it's probably the bracket itself. So, you know, we're doing one thing at a time. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see if the Freightliner got the bracket. If not, we're gonna weld it. But that's what it is, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.